the Wine Glass, and today we're going to be adding another video into our alternative packaging series. And instead of this time being about whether or not they're in a plastic bottle or in a can, we're going to talk about the different sizes your wines can come in. So the sizes that I have here are probably the most common wine sizes that you've seen. It is some of the most common ones that are out on the market. So it's going to be the easiest ones for you to find as a consumer. But did you know they get so much bigger? Well, we're going to go over that today. So let's go ahead and go right into it. First one we have is a split, and the split is going to be 187 milliliters. This is really good if you're just going to have one glass. If you're out to eat somewhere and you ask for a Prosecco split, this is going to be that small bottle that they bring to the table for you to have. That is going to be a split. So once again, that's going to be 187 milliliters. So let's go ahead and to the next size, which is going to be our half. And our half is going to be 375 milliliters. As you can imagine, it's the half the size of the normal bottle of wine, so it is called our half. So this is really good if you're just going to have maybe 2 glasses or you're going to share, but you don't want to go ahead and open up a whole bottle. So let's move on to our most common wine size that we see, our standard bottle. And even though they come in different shapes, it will always be 750 milliliters. That is your average size bottle, our standard. Now, let's go ahead and start getting into the big boys. We have our Magnum. Our Magnum is going to be 1.5 liters. So if you are going to be making, for example, sangria in bulk or wine pops, frozen wine drinks, this is normally the size that you're going to want to get. It's really good for small parties, small get-togethers, because a lot of people can drink from this, and you're going to be getting more wine for the price because it is the larger size. So let's get into our bigger options. So we have a Marie-Jeanne, which is going to be 2.25 liters. So it's going to be just a little bit larger than this. Once again, great for small parties or anything that you're going to be making in bulk. Now, the next size is our double Magnum. And double Magnums are going to be 3 liters. As you can imagine, it's just double of our Magnum here. So let's move on to our next big size, and that is going to be Jeroboam, and it's going to be 5 liters. Now, once again, just imagine, use this as kind of like your guide because this can get a little small in the long run. So think of this. This is 1.5 liters. This, you're already looking at 5 liters. So we're getting into a lot of wine here. Next one is going to be our Imperial, which is 6 liters. Now, this is the largest size that I've personally seen like in real life. I have never seen anything larger than Imperial. But guess what? It gets bigger. So let's go ahead and move forward. Now we have the Salmanzer, which is going to be 9 liters. That's a lot of wine. So let's go and move on to our next big wine. This is the 3rd largest wine size that you can find in the world. And that is going to be a Balthazar, which is going to be 12 liters. Now, if you're having a big get-together, that is the wine that you're going to want to buy. But remember, right now, you want to stay less than 10 people together, okay? Stay safe out there. So let's move on to our second to last biggest wine size. Now, I, for the life of me, cannot pronounce it, so we're going to do what we did for the malolactic fermentation episode, and it is called Nebuchadrezzar. And it is going to be 15 liters. So this, imagine, 15 liters, and it is only the second to last of the biggest wines. So you can only imagine that in your head. So now we have reached our big Kahuna, our biggest size, and that is going to be a Melchior, which is going to be 18 liters of wine. Now, if you're having like a Project X style party, that is the wine you're gonna wanna get, 18 liters. Can you imagine how big that is? Remember again, this is 1.5 liters, that is 18 liters. Now you might be wondering, who's producing wine that big? Who's creating a bottle that big? Well, back in 2016, Jordan came out with 6 18-liter bottles, and they only produced those 6. And it went to 5 different restaurants around the country, and that last bottle stayed with them for their Christmas party back in 2016. Now, can you buy that? I did a lot of research and I could not find a 18-liter bottle for purchase. Whatever I found, it tended to be like a 6-pack or a 12-pack of your standard bottle, or it was just kind of in a more bottles, smaller size type of situation, not really just the big 18-liter wine. So what are the wines that you can buy on the market? For the most part, these wines that you have right here. So the split, the half, the standard, and the Magnum. When it starts getting to a bigger size, winemakers tend not to make it in those large sizes, so it's kind of hard to come by, but you might be able to find up to a double Magnum. Now after that, I think it would be just way too difficult to try and find them. So the best thing for you is just to stick with the Magnum, because even a double Magnum can be very hard to find. So go ahead and stick with your Magnum. Honestly, they're a very good price for the amount of wine that you're getting, so you can always get multiple of the Magnums to try and add up to your 18 liters of wine. Now, I hope you're not drinking 18 liters of wine in one sitting, but if you are interested in doing it, you can always purchase it that way, just in a smaller bottle version, just with more bottles. So I hope you guys found this episode very interesting. I actually really liked doing the research on this. I wasn't sure how big the wine bottles get. I've seen like in photos like the really big, like the 18-liter ones, but I didn't know that they were actually filled with wine. I thought it was more just like, this is the size of the bottle. Isn't this cool? But yeah, they actually do get that big. So I found it very interesting to do this research. So I hope you guys like this video as well. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to drink responsibly, and happy drinking.